Collateral Damage is a book all about the consequences of Jean-Luc Picard's actions as his past comes back to haunt him and the state of Starfleet and the United Federation of Planets might be at stake. Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Trek Central. Today we're taking a look at the latest book from David Mack, Star Trek Collateral Damage. This will be a spoiler-free review of the book, hopefully we'll be able to give you some insight into whether it's worth picking up and giving it a read for yourself. Does it hold up? Well, let's find out. In the words of Captain Picard, make it so. The official synopsis for the book reads, the past returns to haunt Captain Jean-Luc Picard. A crime he thought long buried has been exposed, and he must return to Earth to answer for his role in a conspiracy that some call treason. Meanwhile, the USS Enterprise is sent to apprehend pirates who have stolen vital technology from a fragile scientific colony. But acting Captain Worf discovers that the pirates' motives are not what they seem, and that sometimes standing for justice means defying the law. Now, Collateral Damage is a Star Trek The Next Generation novel by author David Mack. This book really feels like a cleaning up of storylines from The Next Generation, Voyager and Deep Space Nine relaunch novels, in a good and really satisfying way. It should come as no surprise that David Mack has written many of these novels, a notable Trek author, most known for his work as author of the Star Trek Destiny trilogy, Section 31 books, and his recent Star Trek Discovery novel, Desperate Hours. Let's talk about what we liked. The A-plot and the B-plot are both excellently done, both linked but yet separate enough to stand on their own. They both have great antagonists and represent real threats to our characters, not only physical threats, but also non-physical threats, which is great and varying for the different plots at hand. Everything in this novel feels real and legitimate. There is no random technobabble solution to a problem that just seems random. Everything from a technical standpoint seemed realistic, which is just beautiful to see in sci-fi. There was a little unforeseeable technobabble, with an actual real-life terms being used to describe what is happening. The lore of the story feels good. Plot A is the hearing of Captain Picard, and it truly does feel like a good court case. Former The Next Generation JAG officer Philippa Louvois plays as the Federation advocate and just does a stellar job, showing her JAG officer expertise much greater than we previously saw in the episode The Measure of a Man, in which we only see her proceeding over a court hearing. In this book, she is doing exactly what she does best, attacking Jean-Luc. You may think she takes it too far at times, but it just makes the court case and Philippa much more interesting as a result. Even though the courtroom scenes lack action, there is a lot of threat and tension from this plot, as Picard's freedom and reputation is on the line. There's also a great part of this book in which Picard is basically described as the face of Starfleet. For all his adventures saving Earth and the Federation multiple times, he is highly respected. So if he is found guilty of treason, it would have drastic consequences for Starfleet and of course the Federation. Compared to this lack of action, we get the Nausicaan pirates who feel betrayed by Starfleet for letting their homeworld of Nausicaa be destroyed by the Borg, and not sending a single ship to protect or even provide aid afterwards. They take matters into their own hands to secure the future of the Nausicaan people, and ending up having to deal with not only the Enterprise but also Starfleet intelligence. The lore thread and the Nausicaan pirate thread complement each other perfectly, both stemming from Picard's actions and yet interweaving very nicely. While Picard is stuck at the court hearing, we have acting Captain Worf of the USS Enterprise, which is just amazing to see. Worf not only has his Starfleet training working for him as captain of the Enterprise, but his experience learned from being the ambassador between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, making him not only a force during combat, but also in diplomacy as well. Worf has really grown from a person we once knew, and I would love to see this side of him in the upcoming Star Trek Picard series airing next year. Let's hope we get that Worf cameo.
Perhaps today is a good day to die.
Okay, now let's talk about what we didn't like with this book. There wasn't much I found myself disliking whilst reading this book. I found everything to be handled very well. If I had to find a fault with this book, it would be that with so many characters, some do get kind of lost in the story, and I wish we could spend more time with them. A whole book with Thady O'Connor, a rogue now working with Starfleet intelligence, would be interesting. This is also just a reason to get more of Captain Worf of the USS Enterprise, along with Amita Sovar as his first officer. I'm all for that. If you have been following the story of the Next Generation relaunch novels, then this book is definitely for you. It brings everything that's happened to its natural conclusion and deals with the aftermath of previous events. It feels like an end of an era for Jean-Luc Picard, yet still starting a new chapter in his life for himself and the Enterprise crew, wherever that may take them. However, if you haven't followed the story of the Next Generation relaunch novels, this book is still a great read, and any events which are referenced from previous novels are explained and easily understood from context. If you are looking for a great novel looking at Picard before the series of Star Trek Picard comes out next year, I definitely recommend this book. But if you want to experience this book and fully understand it, I definitely further recommend reading some of the other Trek novels. especially the novel Section 31 Control, the Destiny trilogy, and the A Time 2 series as the main books which outline the events that lead to this story. The events leading up to this book are pretty cool, so we will be doing some videos detailing the events of the novels that lead up to Collateral Damage, as well as other interesting events which are in these books and whether any of them can give us insight into the new Trek series we are getting. With books like Control being an inspiration for Control in Star Trek Discovery, it might be a wise idea to look at other novels and what interesting other ideas could we see in brand new Star Trek TV shows. That's a wrap on our spoiler-free review of Collateral Damage by David Mack. After reading about the exploits of Picard, I can't wait till our favourite captain returns to our screens. I hope this review helped you decide on whether you want to pick up this book or not. Personally, however, I say it's well worth a read. If you want to keep up to date with the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to subscribe to Trek Central here on YouTube. You can also follow us on social media or check out our website for new articles every week. I've been Captain Jack, thank you for watching, and as always, live long and prosper.